we're going to be checking out Wake. Wake is a Python-based Solidity development and testing framework with built-in vulnerability detectors and printers. Vulnerability printers? Okay. Are you printing out on paper? Whatever. Fun. And this was done through Bounty Caster, so I'm checking out the review VS Code extension and the docs. So we're going to start with the extension. There is no installation button right here. So I would love a white like get started button right here, and that get started when I'm going down should take me here. This is the standalone PAP. We're going to use the bundled one, and then this could also be on the page, right? I just explained that there. But if we just copy that over, we go to our VS Code, and then we just run it. We're good. I already ran it, so it's in here. It's tools for Solidity. It's what it's called. One of the issues I do have with it is once I open VS Code with it, like you have to actually restart your VS Code and then it's going to run and install. The issue I do have with it is it's expecting me to be on a x86 platform. I'm on an M1 Mac on a Ubuntu VM, and no, that's not going to work. So I can't use it just for the simple reason that I'm on the wrong system, which seems weird to me. Also, there's no good sample. If we go to back to the web page, you will find that from get-wake, you can go to the GitHub, but you can find the GitHub somewhere here, like here. There's the GitHub. Then you go to the GitHub, and I would also make this open in a new tab because I'm losing this now. Then I'm here. It explaining everything that is there, how it can be installed, but it's not giving me a guide. It's not giving me guidance. And yeah, it says Rosetta must be enabled on Apple Silicon Macs. Yeah, no, Rosetta isn't in my Ubuntu VM, so doesn't work for me. But we can still look through all of the docs, and we've now found a bug in the VS Code extension, or at least like something that they could fix. Okay, so here it is explaining all of it. There's some samples on how to write code, but there's no clear, okay, get started, do this, right? So if we look at a web page where I know we have a get started is quick start Farcaster frames. And what I'm doing is, well, okay, you clone the sample repo and you're running everything even in npm install so that then you just need to run it and you will be shown a frame, right? And now all of a sudden you paste that into your browser, you're going to see your thing. You're going to see the expected result. You do have some success. You're now familiar with working with it, right? So here it's pulling it up. And that is missing to me. Like I do not know where to start. So what I do is we're going to the GitHub and then you're going to find that there is examples, but you really have to look for it. And then there's no README here. Like there's no explanation here on how to run that sample, how to work with that sample. So if we go into counter, then there's a README. So here in the examples, there could be a README of, hey, check the counter example or whatever. Like just make it more visible. Now I need to click here. And you may say, okay, this is a small thing. Who really cares? I'm dropping out if I just see that. Like make it, you have to make it really, really frictionless for people to try it out. And then, okay, I'm here. And here I'm also missing these steps. Like, how do I get this example? The only way from here to get the example is go back to wake and then code, clone it, go into the directory, run npm install. That's where like just having this one line here that I can just run would be really, really helpful. So if we're now back into our example, then we can run npm install in the sample. And I do not have the wake CLI because I'm on M1, so it doesn't really work for me. So I can't really do that. And I think a lot of people are on M1s now. Not sure if they're in VMs like I am, but yeah. That is one thing I don't like. And then let's go into the docs. Where are the docs? How can I get to the docs from here? It's installation. It's features. Like just get started and then go into the docs. I think would be cool. Like this is all cool, but having this a little higher up, like this could also be here, right? just this, where it's like, instead of documentation, it says like docs/get started or something. And then we can go into the docs. One thing I don't like about the docs is this blue really draws my eye. So no matter what I do, my eye is always drawn to the above, but to this exact empty blue space. Like I didn't even see that these options are there to click through. I didn't even realize. It's not obvious to me because I can't even really see that gray on that blue background. So that is a missed opportunity in my eyes. And even here, there's no getting started. Like from here, it's more advertisement of why I should use it. But right here, below features, there should be a getting started or just this installation something. And the getting started should be steps based. Like if you go to Frog, for example, there's a getting started. You get started right away. And this is, okay, you can see how it works. Even there, I would move the quick start up. I would leave that sentence in, don't show me that code. Move the quick start up. So then I can instantly, okay, if I'm on Virtual, I can quickly just go there. Otherwise, I have the CLI and then there's the manual steps, right? It's taking my hand and guiding me all the way through, right? Taking my hand, okay, I do all of these steps and now I expect it to work here, right? I would love an image here, but that's nitpicking a little bit. Also this, I don't really look at. Like if you have all of it visible here and you're saying, okay, this is how I'm supposed to look at it, no. I'm only looking at what you're showing me on the page first. And if that doesn't draw me in, I'm dropping out. And that is one thing that's, I feel like, missed with the Wake documentation. And then looking through it, we can look at compilation, how something compiles. That is cool. Here it is. To run the compiler, use wake compile, right? Like that is what I want to do. It just gives me what I want to do directly. It's why TikTok works so well. People get what they want to see directly. Entertainment in whatever form they want. And there's a bunch of cool stuff here. Also here, same thing, features. Why don't you just go directly to the getting started? And then, okay, we can run the types. This is cool. I love this. I love seeing it work. Also, props for being on Fedora. I need to go native on my Mac with Asahi Linux at one point. This is really, really cool. Thumbs up for this. And then writing the first test. Here it is. Here it is. Why? We're 8 minutes in. I looked at it for 20 minutes before that. So I'm 30 minutes in, and now I'm seeing the getting started, which can be only a bug, right? Like I would love to have a good getting started. Like the hardest thing is user acquisition. So if you can make it one click to get me started and make it really easy for me to try it, because if it's really good, if it's a really good product, I will fall in love when I'm trying it. The hard part is getting me from not even knowing about it to trying it, right? And good products then drive the retention, but the initial acquisition is hard. And then here's some interacting with the project, but even there, I would love it for it to be more like you get a sample that is already built, you install it, and then you look at it, and then we're going through. And now we're customizing the example. So I'm giving you a couple of tasks to go through, explaining them, how they work. And now we have customized it. Hey, it now says story time instead of what we saw here, where it is 4 buttons and something, right? If you're looking here, you'll see that, okay, this is a little bit different from what we only had story time, right? This is a little bit different. So that's really, really cool. This is really, really cool. If we can get Wake a little closer to just be that seamless in the documentation, because else the docs are really cool. There's explanations around the code, so I can really see it, I can run it, I can understand it. It is really well written, and it seems to work really well. Also, I love these flowcharts that are all over the docs. Like, I generally do think this is really, really cool. It just needs the 0 to 1 to be really, really easy and more focused on. And if once it works on M1 Mac on ARM, please ping me again so I can actually try out Wake. But this is Wake. This is a Python-based testing framework for Solidity. Love security. Thumbs up. Really cool explanations. Just would love for the quick stuff to be easier.